Welcome to the Our Vision Caribbean and Latino Filmmaker Podcast, hosted by Charles Aline and Dr. Christopher C. Odom. On this episode, we speak with the most important person in Haitian cinema, filmmaker, cinema professor, and executive director of the Haiti International Film Festival, Jacquil Constant, M.A. We discuss his groundbreaking multi-award-winning documentary, Haiti is a Nation of Artists, the Haiti International Film Festival, and the Haitian Bricolage Art Gallery. In addition, Jacquil gives us an impromptu masterclass in impact producing with a multitude of opportunities to screen your work beyond the Hollywood film and television studio system. This episode is sponsored by the Our Vision Caribbean and Latino Film Festival, which is dedicated to ensuring that Caribbean and Latino filmmakers have a voice that's heard and a wide audience to showcase their work. The Our Vision Caribbean and Latino Film Festival is the only combined Caribbean and Latino film festival that is Oscar qualifying for short films. Each year, Our Vision will screen the winners of the short film categories live in theaters on both coasts for 1 week as part of the requirements for Oscar consideration. Click the link in our profile now to submit your film to the next Our Vision Caribbean and Latino Film Festival to share your work, reach your audience, and turn your dreams into reality.
Welcome, everyone, to another amazing podcast from All Vision Caribbean and Latino Film Festival. Today, we have a tremendous guest that's going to talk about everything Haitian. You know, he's going to talk about Haitian as a nation of artists. He's going to talk about the Haiti Film Festival. So this is really great. We have Jacquil Constant on our podcast. And I want to thank everyone who tunes in and listen to our podcast. Without you guys, there's no us. So I appreciate you guys listening to us. And Jacquil, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Charles, for inviting me to the show. You know, and Chris, been knowing you guys a long time as filmmakers, and just see you guys made this progression of doing this podcast for Latino and Caribbean filmmakers, because our voices definitely need to be heard.
Cool. So let's get started. Let's talk about the festival that's coming up. Give me a little bit of how the festival got started. What inspired you to start the festival? When is it going to be happening? And give us the 411.
Yeah. What initially happened was like after the earthquake in Haiti in 2010, I saw a lot of negative images of Haiti and seeing Haitians didn't have any agency. And being Haitian American, I knew that wasn't true. So, and I think there was a movement of Haitian American filmmakers going back to Haiti to reconnect with their roots. Like I started off with my thesis film, Haiti is a Nation of Artists. Then I realized it wasn't just me, because I was touring the film, taking it to New York, filming in Haiti, in Miami. Then I realized there were, at least 10 or 20 other filmmakers who wanted to do the same thing. So that's why I started the Haiti International Film Festival, was to show a positive image of Haiti through film and art. So that was the impulse, and it was so empowering just to see these different narratives by these independent filmmakers from all over the Haitian diaspora, either from the Caribbean, from France itself, from the United States, so I think that was really, and just like our big, of course, Brooklyn, there's a big Haitian population there, Miami, LA, there's just a lot of activity. So I think our film made people who couldn't go back home, they had a home where they could see a different image of Haiti and inspire them to make, their next film,
Este episodio está patrocinado por el Festival de Cine Latino y Caribeño Art Vision, que se dedica a garantizar que los cineastas latinos y caribeños tengan una voz que se escuche y una amplia audiencia para mostrar su trabajo. El Festival de Cine Latino y Caribeño Art Vision es el único festival de cine latino y caribeño combinado que califica para los Oscar a los cortometrajes. Cada año, Art Vision proyectará a los ganadores de las categorías de cortometrajes en vivo en los cines en ambas costas durante una semana como parte de los requisitos para la consideración del Oscar. Haga clic en el enlace en nuestro perfil ahora para enviar su película al próximo Festival de Cine Latino y Caribeño Art Vision para compartir su trabajo, llegar a su audiencia y convertir sus sueños en realidad.
All right, so you're inspired, the festival. What was your first year, and what was that like, getting it off the ground for your first year? How did you get the message out that so the filmmakers can get to the festival to submit their films?
Since I was in the film festival circuit myself, so I met a lot of the Haitian filmmakers in that way. So I think that was, and I was a filmmaker, and I think that, that helped me to make that connection. And the first year was at Cal State Northridge. So I got support from the institution. I got a theater, so I think that really helped to see the idea. Then after the following year, we took it to the Barnesville Gallery Theater in Hollywood, and has been there ever since, except the last 2 years because of a couple years ago, because of COVID, we weren't virtual. But our films have grown. More submissions happened during COVID. We went from a one-day film festival to now we're hybrid to a 2-day festival. And even at COVID, there was a time that we did 3 days. We did Friday, Saturday, and Sunday virtually. So it definitely has grown. And it's been a labor of love, to show the community in a different light, and it allows filmmakers, to give them their flowers. Like, they're winning awards and they're going to other film festivals, our film festival went through, during COVID, went to the Cannes International Film Festival and showcased films from the Haiti International Film Festival the first year. Then the following year, I showed my film Haiti's Latino Artist. Then after that, it became award-winning. So it just shows you when you really invest in your community, there are tangible results from that. It just takes time. But I think just to see that, I have like a Haitian Diaspora Award. We've given, we did like a mentorship for filmmakers. So for beginning filmmakers, taught them the craft of like putting together independent film, and 3 of their films were shown in our film festival a couple years ago. So we've done a lot through the film festival,
So now is the film festival a hybrid? Is it hybrid and in person still today?
Yes, it is hybrid. So August 19th and 20th, actually a month from now, it will be in person at the Barnesville Gallery Theater in Hollywood, and it'll be virtual on the 20th. So that's going to be Saturday and Sunday. We'll have the all the films for people who couldn't make, because we want to make it accessible, because we know not everyone can come to Los Angeles. But I think it's great in Hollywood that they could see Haitian films in Hollywood. Because I think it was important to show that we're making amazing films, that, our films are winning at, are at Cannes, or at these great film festivals, and at the Haiti International Film Festival, at the Pan-African Film Festival. So I think, but it's a rare experience that you get to see all these films curated in one day, like have an experience of, from our shorts, experimentals to documentaries to narratives. And I think it allows people, the whole goal is to empower the community to, they may see mainstream, but that's what we're trying to show the opposite at our film festival.
Speak a little bit more about what the experience was like showcasing your festival films at Cannes?
It was a tremendous experience because it really opened me up to the African diaspora and meeting producers from all over the world, and Black producers like from Atlanta that I've never would meet here, right? So I think it was like, meeting festival programmers and, people on the business side from the African diaspora who's been making a tremendous impact. So it just showed me as a filmmaker that, the world is our oyster. And I think a lot of times we're limited in the US to like, just the region where we come from. And, but really understanding like film is has such a global impact of having the film and kind of just really, made me retool, even with the film festival, and what myself as a filmmaker, like planning, really being strategic of where the film goes and where I'm going to get the most value. So I think it just taught you how to think on a global level.
As an emerging filmmaker, what is the role of the Haiti International Film Festival in their festival strategy for their film?
Our role is to be like the HBO, like have the most, show the most impactful films. Our goal is to showcase them the most amazing, inspiring, critically acclaimed films that people wouldn't see. So our goal is to really allow these filmmakers to reach the next level. So, I mean, that's why we put so much love and passion and really try to support our filmmakers and our audience to see something different, to really inspire them, to reach the next level. I think it's important. Like, if you don't see it, it's impossible for you to aspire to greatness if you don't even see it. So I think that's what we try to do.
Can you name a few really great films that came to your festival that touched you, that you were able to give a push and help shed light on?
I mean, we've been doing this for 8 years. So there's a lot of films that have definitely really touched our audience. But I can tell you, we've had the last film that we had, it was actually in Cannes last year. It's amazing to show world-class films in Los Angeles, so I think you have to give me a little time on that one, but we showed a lot of amazing films, from documentaries. I could tell you we have a couple films now that we're really excited about. There's a film about I think it's a documentary about it's about Haiti and its art movement, and it's amazing, and it's out of Haiti. And we have another film, The Forgotten Occupation by Alan Martin, the occupation that Haiti had in 1915 from America, and just to see that. A filmmaker in Queens who produced this film, because his father had this idealism of Haiti, but he's second generation, so he's really questioning a lot of the beliefs that his father had when he did the research. He actually went to Washington, D.C. in the archives and found all this amazing information. So I think just showing things like that. We have another film, My Zone, means this house it's another great film from Canada. So it's like we really show you the international perspective of Haiti, and just like we have ambassadors like Jimmy John Louis. He's the biggest Haitian actor, and he's always supporting our film festival every year. So it's like we definitely we definitely have Jean Ali, who won Best, I think he won Best TV show last year. So we have a lot of because there are a lot of Haitian celebrities actually stay out here in LA and in California. So it's great that that we have this film festival. They all connect, and they can, because I think a lot of times in film festivals they're a competitive space, but this is a non-competitive space where these filmmakers can connect and make it. And it's nice to see that they're making films together now. Either they make it in Miami, they make it in LA, they make them in Haiti, but they probably the first time they talked to each other that they're not competing for a role is through the film festival.
So the Haiti Film Festival is a good way for Haitian filmmakers to connect and share ideas with each other.
Yes, it's a good place for Haitian filmmakers. It's a good place for Haitian actors, producers to connect with each other. So it's just a great place for the community to combine their resources and create more projects. So I think it we want to be to expand our community resources either locally and internationally. So I think that's what it provides, that platform that we can work together and even we would have like a marketplace where people could sell like their goods. If it's fashion, if it's we've done that before. So it's really to help the artists and I think the business community that wants to reach out to the Haitian community.
Oh, that's great. So are you planning at some point with the Haitian Film Festival to have like a one in Washington, D.C. and a one in L.A.? Are you planning to like have like in a different city, a physical presence in a different city? Is that going to happen?
I mean, that takes time. Yeah, we got approached by the Haitian Embassy to have the film festival in D.C., but it's just, it's just logistics at this point. But we want to have the film festival actually in Haiti in 2024 in May. So that's the goal. We always wanted to have it, not just filmmakers from the diaspora be able to connect, but we want filmmakers actually in Haiti to be able to connect with filmmakers from the Haitian diaspora. So in Okap in the north of Haiti, that's our plan for 2024. So we've always wanting to, connect with other, that's why it's called the Haiti International Film Festival. So we would love to do that, to be able to have it in Haiti.
I'd really love to see the festival have a presence in Haiti as well as DC. I've had the opportunity to screen in DC and the house was packed. DC loves filmmakers of color. Don't underestimate DC. That's a great city and a great venue for the Haiti International Film Festival.
No, I love my time in DC when we showed our film at the Haitian Embassy. Yeah, DC, has the energy, so definitely they love films, very academic and cultural environment. I would call it is like one of those smart cities. So definitely DC would be, because I think DC already has a culture of like a lot of cultural programming. It's already embedded in the city, like how things, like you can go to hotels and you see like civil rights photography, a mainstream hotels, like you don't see that in LA, but so that was maybe if it's a specific. So that's what I was saying is like the Black middle class has a very big presence in DC.
That's great. So 2024 is just around the corner. You said that you're looking to have the Haiti International Film Festival in Haiti. So are you guys close to making this happen for next year? Because that's around the corner.
I know that's around the corner. So we're having, it's just negotiations on logistics and everything. So fundraising, of course. So those are the things that we're looking at. But we actually do have partners in Haiti, a production company in Haiti. So it's just like everything, with these, when you're playing a film festival, it's 6 months to a year plan, but usually we're planning out like a year or more. So after we, have our film festival in Los Angeles, then that's the next thing that we'll plan for in 2024.
You'd
So you
mentioned
have
that.
it. Go ahead.
Go
Sorry,
ahead,
Chris.
Charles. No, you
So
mentioned that the festival had a mentoring program now. Can you speak a little bit more about the mentoring program?
Yeah, the mentoring program, we basically help novice filmmakers to basically do a short film. So we help them to come up with either it was a narrative or a documentary, and it was like 3 to 5 minutes. And the theme was like it had to be something about like the Haitian flag. And so we had 3 projects that out of maybe 18, that was like something that the film festival was like, okay, it should be definitely showcased. And these filmmakers have, like, one of the filmmakers now, he's getting his MFA program. I think in I forget, a university in Philadelphia. The second, this other filmmaker, she's done countless projects after, and was happy with the mentorship that we provided her with storytelling, and just really, and another filmmaker, he just graduated from UC Irvine. So it's great to see, like, these emerging filmmakers, after they finish their program, they've been able to, like, pursue their dreams as filmmakers. Like, I felt like I had the benefit of going to film school and got a lot of mentorship from my professors, but I felt on the outside, some of these Haitian filmmakers or filmmakers from the Haitian diaspora. And one of the filmmakers, she wasn't Haitian, she was just from the Caribbean, but she did amazing. Like, she did a documentary about, like, about Haiti and its accomplishments. And she was like, she did an amazing job. So I think it was, just to give them that support, to let them know that their voice mattered, to let them have time to, it was almost like a 2-month program. I was teaching my own classes at Pasadena City College. So it was a heavy endeavor, but no, it feels, it's gratifying to see that these filmmakers have moved on, and now they're making their contribution to the film industry because of the mentorship program.
So is the mentorship program still in effect, or how does that work?
Not now. I think because it takes a lot of resources and a lot of time. I would love to do it again, but I just think I'm a professor, I'm a filmmaker, and I run the film festival. I'm the executive director. I just think it was, I'm happy that I did it, but it's not something that I could do like every year. I think I did it when it was around COVID. So that's something, and I think this time it would be like people who have some experience in filmmaking, because I think it was a lot of heavy lifting when you just, when it's just pure novice, So I think if I would do it again, they've had to have some experience of shooting something, even on their phone, before they entered the program. Because I think sometimes if you haven't done it all, a lot of times they'll be 2 months in the program and they're still scared to, like, shoot something, and it's like, in a 2-month program, you need something, I think they need to have some experience.
Okay, that's really inspirational, that you created a program that helped young filmmakers. I think that's really something that a lot of people can take on and really respect. So the festival is coming up this year. It's I think you say August 19th and 20th, right?
Yes.
And how, if I want to get tickets or find out more, where can I go?
Go to the Haiti International Film Festival.org. And this week we'll have the tickets will be up, so you can get them on Film Freeway. You can get tickets to actually for August 19th. So we'll have that up this week. I'll send you the information so you can share that with your audience. So yeah, we'll definitely that'll be all up there for you guys. So
okay, cool. So let's talk about you now as a filmmaker and creating Haiti is a nation of artists. And what was the inspirational, and what do you want the audience to take away from looking at your film? And I also know, because I know you personally, I know you've been shepherding this film along for a long time. Talk about your journey with, I guess that's your baby. You saw it from a baby. I think now it's a teenager. I'm not sure.
Exactly.
I use that word. Right. So talk about, birthing your documentary and shepherding along the way.
I mean, first it started out, it was my thesis film, and actually Charles edited my actually both of you. So Charles and both of you when I was in Florida. So I think it was just like, it just shows you the value of having partnerships or have with other filmmakers. And I think that was a big success of like, so when I asked for more resources, when I got into the feature, I could show, I had proof of concept. I had the short film that was in a film festival circuit. So I was able to get more support from the Haitian Art Society, where I was able to get a lot of images from the 40s that were before, when I shot the film, was only things that I shot that I had access to. But I knew if I wanted to take the film to the next level, I needed the historical footage and I needed the photos. And I got more, and I went back to Haiti like 3 or 4 more times to get more footage. So I think it was just like really building your ecosystem. That was like important, meaning like from educational resources to government, to grants, to business resources. So all those things really helped to take the film, I think really take the film to a next level. So it was like, you can't do this by yourself. This work, you cannot, you definitely, like I always say, teamwork makes a dream work. So that was, it was imperative to make this film, and it's continue to go. I couldn't, that's why I knew I had to finish the film, the feature, because the short, it's in the film festival, people kept asking for it. I was like, okay, I have to finish this feature, So I just made sure, especially during COVID, you had a lot more time. And I was able to get an editor. It was a great experience. And she was actually Jamaican. So it was like, it was an amazing experience. I was able to get a composer. So it and just have people add their creative storytelling, and I think that's what I wanted more on the feature. I was like, how's going to make it different? Yes, it has my voice, but I needed to have other people's creative storytelling. And I think that's what helped take it over the top, and is award winning now. So it took all that, like all the energy, like all the conversations we had about the film and how we wanted to represent Haiti and the Haitian diaspora, and just having an example of you guys being filmmakers before me, like going to film festivals and hearing your stories. Like, then at least I had a platform, or I had models that I was like, okay, this is the way that I want to approach it. Because they were like, you guys had your films in like Berlin and the Pan-African and all these things, so I was like, okay, I want to create work one day that will be on that, to be on that level. So I think, it's having those resources with other filmmakers and finding your own voice, your own secret sauce, So I think that was the thing for me. That was like my strength of always having like almost like your own crew, right? So I think that's really important in filmmaking, that you have, and that's how I found the translation. It was another filmmaker who submitted to my film, and the translator, he stayed in the DR and was able to translate my film for me. And just like, it was so much of the community supporting this project, because they knew it was going to show. So I think that was, so I was able to get all these resources because I made something particularly for the community, for the Haitian diaspora, the Caribbean diaspora, and the African diaspora. And those were the communities who supported me throughout the from the inception all the way to now where the film's at.
So I understand that Haiti is a nation of artists, is a film that keeps on growing. I know you've just screened it recently. And are there any screenings on the docket right now for upcoming for Haiti as a nation of artists?
Yeah, actually, we just screened at the Roxbury International Film Festival in Boston. And now we're going to screen at Morehouse, actually, in October.
Dear old Morehouse. I went there.
Morehouse.
First school I went to.
So I think that's great. So we're gonna it's gonna be there in October 5th and 8th. So it's gonna be for the Haitian Studies Association. So we're excited about that, to be at Harvard. Yeah, we had it at the Fowler Museum. We had it at Vassar College. We had at Con, we had it at the Silicon Valley African Film Festival. We won Best International Documentary. We had it at a film festival, a Pan-African Film Festival in the south of France, where we won Best Art Documentary there. So it's been making its, we showed at Duke University, and now it's actually the College bought an institutional copy. So it was through the Creole program that they have at Duke. So it showed at the Haitian film series there, and we're trying to and we have it in New York. Hopefully, at we've been talking to Cornell University, so we'll see if our college, that's going to happen. Hopefully in 2024. So it's making its moves. That's what I think I like. It's not a baby anymore.
Very impressive list. I should ask, where hasn't it screened? I need to go in the living room, make sure it's not screening there. So, such an impressive list. You mentioned a lot of colleges. A lot of filmmakers probably don't know that they could screen their film at different universities and organizations. Could you speak to our audience a little bit about that, about the other places where you could share your work?
I mean, you could show it at schools, universities, museums. I mean, I showed at culture centers. It's so many, but I think it's because I was a curator too. Like at the Mamie Clayton Museum in Culver City for 5 years, I was showing Black films for over 5 years. So I got to learn there's different environments that you can show films.
Este episodio está patrocinado por el Festival de Cine Latino y Caribeño Art Vision, que se dedica a garantizar que los cineastas latinos y caribeños tengan una voz que se escuche y una amplia audiencia para mostrar su trabajo. El Festival de Cine Latino y Caribeño Art Vision es el único festival de cine latino y caribeño combinado que califica para los Oscar a los cortometrajes. Cada año, Art Vision proyectará a los ganadores de las categorías de cortometrajes en vivo en los cines en ambas costas durante una semana como parte de los requisitos para la consideración del Oscar. Haga clic en el enlace en nuestro perfil ahora para enviar su película al próximo Festival de Cine Latino y Caribeño Art Vision para compartir su trabajo, llegar a su audiencia y convertir sus sueños en realidad.
And I guess that's their business model is to show your films at conferences and at colleges and film festivals. So I think it's at least my strategy is to show it at the film festival. Then after showing it at the film festival, the colleges and some conferences are interested to show their work, because you're supporting the mission of that organization already if they just want to show a different image of Haiti or the African diaspora. So I think that's just important. But I think it was like I was very strategic and made sure that it premiered at the Cannes Film Festival through Pavilion Afrique, and all these institutions have affinity organizations, so you just have to find out through most of these institutions there is like out of it's Chicano or it's Black. It's like you got to find out. And the film showed in my own college at Pasadena City College too for Black History Month. So you just have to be very. And I think I was part of this accelerator program, this documentary accelerator program, and learned about impact producing. And that's you make sure your film shows where it's going to have the most impact. And you push for dates that you know your audience is going to be there. Like you're going to have trying to push for your screening to be on a Saturday and not on a Tuesday at 1 o'clock, like, because some film festivals will program you, but if you don't have, and making sure that you have the influential people in the room, you know what I mean? The writers, the academics who are going to write about you. Sometimes it's not the biggest, but it's the influential people that you need to invite to that screening. So it's just like, you have to be very, very strategic. And I think that's the same way, like I meet, and what's great about having the Pan-African in my background, in my backyard, I can meet filmmakers from Haiti or Haitian diaspora that come to that film festival. And it's a 30-minute drive for me to drive to Pan-African and meet that filmmaker. And it means so much to the filmmakers that if you want their film in your film festival, that they see you on their opening night. It's like a painter, you see them the opening night of their film, they're going to remember you when 6 months or 3 months, when you would like to select their films for the film festival, have the community view them. So I think it's like, I do more of the a lot of interpersonal stuff. And, but it's work, you have to, like now me going to the film festival is not, yes, it's for me as a film festival, but it's for the film festival too. So on both sides, I get to meet, like I got so much more international films when I was at the Cannes Film Festival. It was like, it just opens you up to a different, and you learn from these other film festivals too, because they program differently, they do different things. And I feel like I'm always a student of the film festival scene and as a filmmaker. So it helps you to be more creative and create different ways to keep your film out there, because that's really your job. It's not just to produce the film.
In addition to the Haiti International,
it's really to, people are anticipating your film, and it keeps your film alive when you have it at different film festivals.
In addition to the Haiti International Film Festival and the Our Vision Caribbean and Latino Film Festival, what are some other film festivals that you would recommend to our audience that they go to and submit their films?
The Silicon African Film Festival. It's ran by this guy's named Chike, this Nigerian guy that actually is one of the board members of the Pavilion Afrique that's at the Cannes Film Festival. So he helps to organize. So like meeting him, if you go to Cannes Film Festival, Pavilion Afrique, you get to meet all the programmers, all the Black, they're all there. From New York to Atlanta to all over, they're there. So I think it's important that the filmmakers, you make yourself global too. You go to these global cities like New York, the African Film Festival, you submit your work to the Caribbean and Latino Film Festival. You submit your work to the Haiti International Film Festival, especially these film festivals that are run and curated by filmmakers. And they take care of filmmakers in a different way. Like when I was in the Bay Area, it was great. They got us a room. We had a van to take us to, we went to Netflix. They had YouTube come there. They had Nigerian, African-American food. They had speakers. It was like such a great experience. Like I was there, we were there for 3 days, but we felt like we were there for a week. Because we're able to talk with other filmmakers, from around the world, from Brazil. Like I was in a table, there was a filmmaker from Brazil, me, Libya. We were all sitting at the same table. So I think like those things valued us as like African storytellers, that knowing like to give us that extra push to go to all these environments where they may not like cater to our community. So I think it's important to go to a film festival, the Pan-African. I think that the Pan-African Film Festival is the biggest Black film festival in the country, so I think it's the Roxbury International Film Festival. You have to know who your target audience is, and get your work there, and go places that who are going to give you that push, so it really depends on what film that you're producing, but I think you have to be very strategic. But when I was at Cannes, these other film festivals like, we want your film, and another thing is, since I am a member of the Black Documentary Association, sometimes I get leads. Like, there's a new film festival for the I think there's an organization, Dominicans Love Haitians, and it's going to be in New York.
Nice.
So then I found out about that yesterday. So I think it's like from your email, from organizations. A filmmaker has to kind of you have to be a politician to a certain point. You have to know all the organizations and be on the email list. So when something comes up, or your friends know what you're doing, they're going to send you, hey, Jacquil, we think you should submit. So that half of it's my network reaching out to me and telling me about these things. Or if I want to submit to a particular film festival, and these academics, some of them will be like, no, you're in Boston, you need to submit to this film festival because this is the best one in our region. You can go online and submit anywhere on Film Freeway, but are you going to go to the one that's going to have the most impact? So I think you kind of have to talk to these, I'll say, these filmmakers and these knowledge, sometimes the writers in that region who, are like knowledge makers in a sense, they're influential. So I think it's like really learning your ecosystem and learning about your film. Then who to talk to. And then after a while, they become champions of your film. And I'm at that point where it's like, it's other who are championing my films to other areas. So I think that's great, that you have that. So before I go into that city, and you have to make connections with organizations. If you're like going to, I don't know, New York, you're going to Boston, you're going to, you have to reach out to organizations or it helps amplify their work already, the film that you made.
All right. So would you say with your film that you have made a positive impact on people's perception of Haiti? And what is one of the most, let's say, misunderstanding about Haiti that people have? And do you think your film answered that question?
I mean, the responses of the audience, man, throughout the country. I remember when I was in for the Silicon Valley African Film Festival, and there's one of the audience members was like, "This is like a prayer that we need from the African diaspora." And I think the last film festival was like, "You showed the best of us." That was at the Pan African. So that, like, we have this idea when we make films that it's going to be impactful, but until you're in front of an audience, it really confirms that your message, was clear. And I think it inspires the next generation of Haitian creatives, Haitian filmmakers, artists, to center themselves, to make films that are impactful. Like, whenever the Haitian artists see the film in Haiti, they're always commenting, or, like, I'm getting some new art from the Haitian Bricolage Gallery from Haiti right now. And it's just like, it's great. I mean, it feels, you don't have any, I just recently had a screening for the Haitian Art Society in my home in North Hollywood. So it was like great. Like, I remember when I was a student and I was looking at all these people's collections and I didn't have a collection. Just say that. And now 10 years now I have a collection, but that's just, how art imitates life. 10 years later, You know, I mean, my you know, that I have a collection of Haitian art. I curate Haitian art. So I think I've gained so much from doing this documentary that I've changed, you know, as a man and as creative or making a contribution to the community. So I think a lot of people, the misconceptions of Haiti, like it's just poverty, that there's nothing, you know, people don't work together. You know, there's corruption. We can go down the list, but that's why I call the film Haiti's a Nation of Artists, to break like the thing that you hear all the time, the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere. But by changing that that negative tagline, essentially, I wanted to empower Haitians in the country and in the diaspora. So I think it's been successful in that. You know, now, you know, the documentary filmmakers that want to interview me, you know, so it's like, and to have that different perspective of showing that you can center yourself on our own narratives, and it can be, it can make impact. It can be pop. You know, I think we just have to change the narrative. That's the I think the key to success, key to your secret sauce. Because if you stay on labels that disempower you, how are you going to create any great work? You know,
I totally agree. This is a great segue to my next part. You talk about Bricolage Art Gallery. Am I pronouncing it right? I don't want to butcher it, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I started the gallery it was online about 2 years ago. And I want to say, and the word bricolage is mean working with your available resources. So I saw these artists in Haiti just doing this amazing work, and the film was like taking off already, you know. So then the artists were like, how can you support us too? You know, not just the filmmakers. So, you know, I started having art shows at my home, and would have what I call these Haitian art salons, where basically I'll bring like a Haitian author, so they'll talk about their book. So we have the Haitian art, and yeah, and it was to showcase, you know, Haitian art from Haiti and the Haitian diaspora, and really show realism, you know, Haitian realism art. Because I think, you know what I mean, like you see, like that's, you know, as one of our revolutionary leaders in Haiti. So, you know, just having these images empower you. You know what I mean? Like I have like Henry Christophe. I'm actually getting a Toussaint. I've been waiting to get a Toussaint. So I have that. I have Alexander Pinchoville. I have Jean-Jacques Dessalines. So this is Henry Christophe. So he looks like me, has the same little nose like me. So I think having these images in your home, you know, really inspire you. So I think that I just fell in love with the art while I was filming it, you know, and I was showing something different. And it was like, you cannot say this work is not great when you see it, you know, and having that. And I think like having a mom that had like artifacts of like Haitian art, was it, or African-American art, it, even there were prints, they weren't originals, right? But it inspired me to know that, you know, when I was in grad school and I got in the video digital arts program, everybody was like, had a particular art. They did women art, they did Chicano art. And I was like one of the few Black students in the department. So yeah, I was like, okay, then I study Black and Haitian art, you know? So it just gave me a certain language and power when I was able to do that. You know, there's this lady who has a art gallery here, Karine, fabulous, for like over 30 years in Los Angeles, and we're actually giving her the Haitian Diaspora Award this year. You know, and I was able to get like her art from her gallery and showed at Cal State Northridge, and had like 2 art shows. So by the time I went to PCC, I was teaching there. You know, I already had two art shows. So then I did a couple art shows there and showed my film. at Pasadena City College. So yeah, I think it just opened so many different doors. Like I was like, it made me not, I'm just going to show my film at a theater. I could show a film at an art gallery. I could show my film at a museum. So I think it just opened me up of places where I could show my film, maybe because it was about art. So it opened a lot of untraditional places that I could show my film.
And also the art gallery is a way that people can get, if they choose to, if they like a piece of art, they can buy that, right? They can go to the website.
Yes.
You give the website address?
Yes, it's Haitian Bricolage Gallery .com. So they can go there, they could purchase the art there. And when people have seen it, and we even had a exhibition at the NAACP office in Pasadena. So we've shown it, so it's, we just had a recent exhibition when we had our, I think last month on the Haitian Art Society, so people were able to see the work. So I just love how the film and art is just integrated, and it's showing the best of the country, and the Haitian diaspora. So, I mean, I think that's why both of them, they work with each other perfectly.
Not to mean to put you on. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I could definitely do a testimony for your impact producing value, because after knowing you for so many years, whenever somebody says Haiti, the first thing I think of is Haiti is a nation of artists.
Thank you. I think I worked at institutions where I worked in the marketing part. It's branding. And I think like working, I used to work in in marketing where I was, at Cal State Northridge. So I was like, I got to see and I worked on I Love New York, Flavor Flav, all these shows in reality. And I just wanted to have positive image. I think Paul Robenson's like, there's a certain point that artists just have to mature, right? And you have to be responsible for what you're creating. And I got to a point where it was like, I'm not trying to say like I'm an angel, like I've done music videos, I've done, worked on projects that didn't have the most positive image, right? But now when I go, I wanted my legacy to be something different. So that was the reason why I was like, okay, I want my, I won't, and I think it's important is to show your community, because no one's going to do that. No one's going to do that for you if you don't find the time and effort. And if you have all this influence and education and resources, why don't you use that towards your particular community? And your community opens you up to the world, because now there's so many people that have experience with Haiti, who had art from the 50s. So the professors, Alexis Corbelassi, donate, her art, that I have like this original that I wouldn't have got. I think sometimes in Black culture we're shown to minimize ourselves in a lot of way. But when you maximize yourself, actually the door opens so many, because people are like, well, it's so niche, because every year the film festival is different. The new markets that we're able to tap in, because of the work that we created. It takes, because I always want to make contemporary classics. Even when I was an undergrad, I didn't know how I was gonna, but that was the goal, to make things that's gonna, I wanted to do things that was more of a slow cooked meal instead of just microwave stuff, and put things out. It may take a while, but it's gonna last for longer, because you put the seasoning in there, you put the time, you put the love in there, the sweat, the tears, all of that. So it shows off in the work when you really you really care about something. You really try and take care of it and represent a community in a different light.
So it's been really positive, this conversation. I learned a lot, and you've been really a positive influence in your community, a positive filmmaker. Do you have any words for like a filmmaker or a person who have like a immediate idea, who's sitting on the sidelines figuring, you know what, they're not going to respect my ideas, they might not embrace me, How would you get that out of their head and tell them, to jump into the river and make your dreams happen?
You have to make it. You got to believe the dream before anybody else does. I think you have to really work on your self-confidence. The only way you can work on your self-confidence is by creating projects. And you guys know, like, I created so many short films before this came. So I was able to take from all those experiences of like doing short films, shooting corporate videos. It may be till you get your signature voice, it may take you 10 to 15 years. It may take you a while. But once you have that special thing, or French is je ne sais quoi, that special thing, it. People would tell you, So, and you will know it. You'll feel, I've never seen anything like this. But I think the thing, you have to work. You can't just be in your head. You can't just be on the sideline. This is not a business for you to be in the sidelines. You got to be on the court. I don't care if you pay 2 minutes or you pay 50 minutes. You have to be in the court and get experience and get better each time around, and work on other filmmaker stuff. Like, I worked on you guys' projects. You worked on so it's not just about, I think a lot of filmmakers get a little selfish and they're like, it's only what I want to create. But you have to be part of a community. You got to have a tribe. And if you have a tribe, your tribe's going to tell you the truth. You hit the mark, you didn't hit the mark, So I think it's like really having a community, and just going for it and doing the work. Do whatever. If it's commercials, documentary, like, do all the work until you find something that you can make a contribution to the film, the cinema industry as an independent. But I think you're going to have to, it's an apprentice industry. Like, you're going to have to work under people. I had to work a lot of other filmmakers before I created like my voice, right? So I had to you got to humble yourself. This is how this industry, it doesn't matter what film school you went to. You still have to, and lucky that you have friends, you will develop friends who've done, and you could learn through them too, So I think that's really important, that you got to develop your tribe, and volunteers at these film festivals. Before, I never would have known I would have started, but since I volunteered at the Pan-African, volunteered, that's how we met. It was
that's how we met. That's how we met.
I was volunteered at the Pan-African. I just graduated from Cal State Northridge, and I was a film major and a Pan-African studies major. But the one thing I got to say was great with the Pan-African studies minor was like, spend some time in your community. What investments you're making? How are you trying to better your community? So after I graduated, I volunteered at the Pan-African Film Festival, and that's how I met Charles, and I got it. But wonder if I didn't do that, I never would have met these guys, and we'd never be in a podcast now if I was like, oh, I'm not going to do this for 20 hours or for free, right? But I did
exactly.
That's how I met these two filmmakers that have a podcast now, so I think you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work before anybody sees you,
That's true. So if any person wants to get in contact with you to talk about the, your festival or anything else, your art, do you want to give some information where they can get in contact with you?
Yeah, definitely. They could go on my email is jconstant at Haiti International Film Festival .org. I'm on all the social media platforms, so you can find me at Haiti International Film Festival on Facebook. I'm on there on this HIFLA on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, or my name Jacquil Constant. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on all the social media handles, and if you want to, reach at, you'll see my email is there. You could contact me if you want to find out more about the film festival. So just reach out, and I'll definitely connect with you. Go to my website, the Haiti International Film Festival.org. I have my cell on there. It has everything. It has my email. So yeah, just contact me. And our film festival is August 19th and 20th. So look out for some amazing films that we have for you. Documentaries. We have a great narrative film. We have some shorts, so I just love it that there's a revolution right now of like Haitian cinema, of creating just great work. And I love that I get to curate in my team and just show a different image in Haiti, and people they're really receptive, either they're friends of Haiti or they're the Haitian diaspora, you know what I mean? And just like, they've been, like, there's just been really supportive. Or, Haitian mothers have been Haitian women are like 60% of our audience. So they've been pretty supportive. It's just, we have to take charge. I think that's what it was. It made me realize that we're waiting for somebody to tell our narratives, but I think we have to tell our own narratives, and we'll find the resources. It's just, I think getting out of fear, getting our own way. I think that's the biggest thing in our community is fear. I don't have this, I don't have that. And maybe learning from the filmmakers, or the organizers, like the Pan-African, they came from like, this is what I have and this is what I'm going to contribute. Instead of like, I think sometimes when you have more resources, you're more hesitant, because you're like, you want everything to be perfect, or you want it to be like Hollywood. But even Hollywood didn't begin that way. It was, from the exception, what I mean? Look at, there was Oscar Michaud, DW, like these filmmakers, they found the resources to make their films back 100 years from now. So why, when we have all these resources now, and I think it's because I went to Burkina Faso when I was 25 years old, where I got to see like, whoa, these guys in Africa is on their third film, So I think seeing that really opened like kind of more of a global world, but just seeing like this is possible, that, these French African or filmmakers from the African diaspora were making their work. They're meeting filmmakers here who are doing their thing. So it's who you surround yourself with too. If you're just isolating yourself, this is a collaborative medium. You can't do it, all by yourself. So I think you definitely need a team, and you need to read too. You need to do research to empower you and build your skill set. If it's screenwriting, if it's editing, if it's cinematography, like I'll say, learn it all, then get particular in what you want to do. But I think you should learn everything with the craft of filmmaking, so when you have to hire someone, you'll know certain things you can and can't do. But if you don't even know, then how are you going to, guide a project along or make sure it has the highest production value, because where you want it to go. It's just not somebody who's just working on it and they're just done, right? But if you want to go to these film festivals, you want to go to these certain places, it needs to be at a certain production value, so.
Great, man. I want to thank Jacquil Constant for coming on the show. The hardest working man in the Haitian community. Brother, you've been killing it for years. And I thank you for coming on the show.
And
Thank
as
you.
I like to say, Jacquil, definitely the most important person in Haitian cinema. Thank you so much for imparting your wisdom and giving us this 1 hour masterclass in impact producing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Christopher. Thanks for all the work you do, Charles. And I'm looking forward to you guys' film festival, beginning of 2024 in January 13th. So I'm just honored to be invited. So thank you so much for the work that you're doing, and just continue to collaborate and make more amazing projects.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
This episode is sponsored by the Our Vision Caribbean and Latino Film Festival, which is dedicated to ensuring that Caribbean and Latino filmmakers have a voice that's heard and a wide audience to showcase their work. The Our Vision Caribbean and Latino Film Festival is the only combined Caribbean and Latino film festival that is Oscar qualifying for short films. Each year, Our Vision will screen the winners of the short film categories live in theaters on both coasts for 1 week as part of the requirements for Oscar consideration. Click the link in our profile now to submit your film to the next Our Vision Caribbean and Latino Film Festival to share your work, reach your audience, and turn your dreams into reality.